Good afternoon. It is Tuesday, March 24th, 2026. As we said last week, Jesus knows where the fish are, but you still have to catch them. In Luke chapter 5, verses 6 to 8, and I'm reading from the New Living Translation, second edition, it says, "And this time their nets were so full of fish, they began to tear. A shout for help brought their partners in the other boat, and soon both boats were filled with fish and on the verge of sinking. When Simon Peter realized what had happened, he fell to his knees before Jesus and said, 'O Lord, please leave me. I'm too much of a sinner to be around you.'" Jesus knows where the fish are, but the fish still need to be brought into the boats and then brought into land. They have started trying it and doing it all on their own, but the nets began to tear. Now, if you tear a hole in the end of your fish net, all the fish are going to swim out and you're going to end up with nothing. And so they hollered to get help, and they started working together. It takes skill to bring in a lot of fish without tearing the nets. And so all of a sudden you've got all the fishermen working together, using all of their skill and their experience and their talents to bring the fish in. And they start filling up the boats. And soon there's enough weight in the boats. The boats are having a little trouble staying afloat. And so they start heading for shore to get the fish back to the shore. And they're working hard, they're sweating, but they're bringing the fish in. Now Jesus knew where the fish were, but the fishermen still had to use all of their experience and skill and talents and every single lesson they'd learned since childhood to bring the fish in safely and efficiently. Everybody worked together. They cooperated together. And they have this miracle of food, this miracle of provision, where Jesus provided food for all of them and all of their families for several days. And then he looks at Peter's response to it. Now, how does Peter respond when all of a sudden he's given a miraculous provision of food? He doesn't say, "Well, good, it's about time, I deserve it, been working too hard." No, he doesn't do that. He doesn't say, "Well, it's about time we got our food. We've been serving you for a while and listening to you all day long, and about time you did something for us." No, that wasn't his response either. He falls to his knees and cries out, "O Lord, please leave me. I'm too much of a sinner to be around you. I'm a sinner and I am unfit to be in your presence. I don't deserve your grace." And I think right behind that is the plea for forgiveness. Now, when God provides for us, how do we respond? Do we have that sense of self-righteous entitlement? "Well, good, it's about time you did something for me. I see you doing things for other people. About time I got my share." Or do we recognize how beautiful and precious His grace is and how that compares to our unworthiness, and fall on our knees or fall on our face before God and say, "I am a sinner. I don't deserve this. Forgive me and thank you so very much"? How do we respond to God's forgiveness? May you and I be grateful, repentant people this week, recognizing God's provision is something we don't deserve, but He graciously gives us because He loves us. And may we thank God for our provision of food, shelter, air to breathe, families to love us, and may we be grateful and repentant this week. God bless you.